Alright, we're in match 3. Currently 2-0, so we're going to see if we can't lock this thing up here. We're on the draw, but even on the draw this hand is fairly sketchy. Any land gets us, a redraw, and this is we can't keep that. This hand's pretty bad. Yeah, but I think I'm going to keep it anyway. I think I'll keep any action at this point. Energy Trail Hawk's a fine 2-drop, it does its job. I think it's a black deck. I wouldn't be surprised if they played a Poisoner here. Yeah. Most of the good black decks, I think, will have some Aether Poisoners in them. This card's really good. As before, I'm pretty happy shocking it. I think in this scenario, I'm not that interested in playing Aether Trail Hawk out. I think that I'm a bit more interested in just seeing more cards before I decide on the line of play. Okay. Pacification Array is a good card. It's probably my favourite of the 1-mana Improvise Enablers. Obviously it's not very good for Revolt, it doesn't do very much for Revolt, but it enables Improvise, and then also does a whole lot of things by allowing you to well, by being a tapper. Tappers are good in a lot of formats. I've very rarely seen it tap another artifact except for itself. I have often seen like dueling pacification arrays where, on your end step, tap my pacification array to tap your pacification array. Those are not the kind of games of Magic that I enjoy playing, if I'm being very honest. Well then. Pretty interested in... Okay. We have this nice combo. He is going to tap my... he's not going to tap my Aether Trail Hawk, that's fine. I don't think I'm going to play my Deadeye Harpooner. Maybe I will, actually. I think I will. Okay, I think it's going to be really hard to turn on Revolt with Deadeye Harpooner with the board state I have. I'm also... This is a board state where I'm pretty happy just playing a Grey Ogre. And having Acrobatic Maneuver means that I have access to this, unless he kills it right now. I think it's much more likely he taps it, which I'm okay with. I don't expect him to play any hasty creatures, and I don't understand why he didn't tap this, if I'm being very honest. Maybe he slams red, and then Lathnu Hellion. Sick tech. Sticks around for longer as well, he's got this Aether Poisoner energy. Gonna get annihilated by Jund energy. Martin Juicer's coming for me. That was a reference to Pro Tour, for those keeping up at home. Defiant Salvager. Okay. Okay. He missed a land drop. Let's get aggressive. Putting it on here means we don't have to spend the energy on the Hawk to make it flying, because he's not going to block anyway. And as I said before, I think it's very, very minor, but I'd rather not spend energy if I don't have to, because I have the Scrapper Champion in the deck. It also makes it less likely he's able to kill it. Cruel Finality doesn't kill it anymore, right? He needs the 4-mana spell, and I don't think he's too worried about killing it. I wouldn't be. I wouldn't be thinking about Acrobatic Maneuver, especially since I tap like this. Little does he know, he should be. Okay, it's an interesting way of tapping your mana for playing Implement of Malice. Oh, okay. That makes sense. I kind of like that. Yeah, this guy's weird, but he's good with the implements, I think. He allows you to play, if you have enough of him, which you often can get, because he's not a very in-demand common, you can play some number of implements that are off-color for you, because he can still sack them, so they all become a green implement that didn't cost any mana. And that's a pretty good card. Well, it didn't cost any mana to activate. Again, no need to pay energy to make it flying. He goes to 10. We could kill this right now, but I think there's a real likelihood that that we get to do something crazy with Acrobatic Maneuver. Like I say, he could very easily play a land, and then the 4th, or the 4 mana removal spell, which is a sorcery. So we get to, like 2 for 1 him or 3 for 1 him even. Or 2 for 0. Yeah, we get to like 2 for 0 him with Acrobatic Maneuver, which sounds really good. He also might just sack more artifacts to it. I think at this point in time I am much more likely to cycle the Acrobatic Maneuver after he's paid the mana for Pacification Array. So I'm pretty happy taking another 3 here. Going to 14, I don't feel very threatened. Opponent. I think the only thing that could punish us for this is drawing the Angel, and I'm pretty happy to draw the Angel. Okay. So now I think what he's going to do, he's going to Pacification Array my Deadeye Harpooner. Yep, that's fine. So he taps it, we swing with our Hawk, put it to 9. Then he's going to play a 4 mana spell. He's going to crack the Renegade map, play a 4 mana spell, because he must have one. He must. There's no way he doesn't. And then when he swings with this, we get to maneuver it. Ooh, not gonna play a 4 mana spell. Going to 11's a little bit scarier. But I think I'm gonna do it. I think the information's worth 3 life. Yeah, I'm pretty happy I didn't do that now. Oh man. Oh wait, oh, he has a stupid Renegade map. Okay. Ignore me, life is the worst. So where's a creature, an artifact or creature? So we could still just kill this and cycle. I think I'm interested in trying to just find ways of killing this. Obviously we have one, but it's not my favourite way. So I'm pretty happy flickering this. He could have Fatal Push? Yeah, Fatal Push was the only thing that did it there, I think. I don't think I can play around an uncommon that I believe he would have used at this point anyway. Oh cool, we drew an answer. And an Aegis Automaton. We get to put the goggles on the Hawk, which makes his life a bit harder. What do you tap down? It's 2 damage out of the way, rather than obviously we have something with 3 damage and the 1 damage. You probably tap down the Hawk actually at this point, and then just take the damage from the Harpooner. Also, Aegis Automaton plus Harpooner is a pretty good combo. Not as good as Aegis Automaton versus plus Vengeful Rebel, but obviously we couldn't have played both of those anyway, so I guess we could have. We'd had to have really a very ambitious mana base. Okay, our opponent could very easily have some of the Appetite for the Unnatural, or actually a good green artifact enchantment destruction even. Is that it? This is Creeping Mold. I don't expect a Creeping Mold main deck. Not in a 2-0 deck, at least. I've seen it in... I'm not trying to say that people who play it in their decks are necessarily bad, but it's the kind of card I would only play if I had no other artifact removal. Which most decks you'll find in the 2-0 bracket will have some other form of artifact removal. That's an issue. Okay, game is now pretty stalled and he has 4 cards in hand. So we're now in this situation where we could very easily lose because we've drawn. So okay, it's kind of a known quantity in Magic the Gathering. The game that we play. So Mana Screw and Mana Flood, these things that happen. Oh, speak to the devil. Oh man. Okay. But basically, if one player is screwed and one player is flooded, so one player hasn't been drawing any lands and one player has been drawing a lot of lands, generally, the player who drew a lot of lands will eventually lose the game. Because you'll eventually get to a point where, alright, you one of the guy who isn't drawing lands does eventually draw lands, and then he's sitting on a whole pile of spells. Every card in this guy's hand is a spell that does something, whereas I have no cards in my hand because I have 9 lands on the table. Obviously I still have plenty of good draws that help me win the game here, but we're not in our best situation ever. We could very easily lose to the Screamwheel Liberator. Guy's deck's good though. Lots of very playable cards. We should have been waiting with the acrobatic maneuver for an even more, for like the Nature's Way, then we can flicker in response to that, but then we don't get any value. So he probably has a trick, or something. But there's a real possibility if he has a trick that we might die. Because we're only at 7. Obviously that's a result of us taking 9 off of the Defiant Salvager earlier. But I still think that was right. Waiting and seeing what our opponent gets to play and not changing the board state when it's in our favour, I think is totally fine. And even though we did end up killing the Defiant Salvager, yeah, there we go, Subtle Strike, that's kind of what I thought. So now what? Now we draw a removal spell, or we feel pretty bad about ourselves, and we don't have a lot of removal spells. Quicksmith Rebel, however, is pretty interesting. He puts us in a situation where we can feasibly trade with either of our creatures. Oh, okay, obviously I can move it across. I don't want to, though. I would like the Inventor's Goggles to be the Quicksmith Rebel artifacty thing. Obviously there's the Goggles or the Prism. Both are pretty equally irrelevant. It's possible actually it should have been the Prism. I think it's a very, very small decision. I think the more it should have been the Prism. If I was splashing a third colour in my deck, like if I had a couple blue cards in my deck, I think I wouldn't make it the Prism, just because then at some point I'm going to have to choose, whereas obviously Inventor's Goggles never has to tap for anything. But if he has another artifact removal spell, then Inventor's Goggles is a lot worse. So he's tapping... Oh, he's tapping the Inventor's Goggles. Yeah. Okay. I mean, it's the same no matter what, right? Oh, okay, I guess I'm moving them across. That wasn't intended. Oh, okay. No, I think I like that line. No, I could move them back across, obviously. and I could have gone in for 2. But I don't think I want to be dead to a removal spell. I wouldn't be dead, actually. It was just a mess up. I should have swung. Actually, I could have. That could have cost me the game just now. Really could have cost me the game. If he swing, no, because he has this pacification array, right? Yeah, okay. Everything's a bit harder than it looks. Tap my Quicksmith Rebel, and then I should probably just take the 5. He's got 2 cards in hand. Okay, opponent appears to be playing lots of lands, which is good for us. We would like to draw. I don't even know. Oh, Archangel, please. Yeah, after we've hit 7 lands, if there's ever a question of what would we like to top deck, it's Exquisite Archangel. That would just solve a lot of our problems. Even if he has Pacification Array, it's kind of like, okay, yep, that's fine. Continue to tap our Angel until you kill us. Nah, you don't really though. I think I'm going to chump block. Oh, wait. This feels awkward and kind of awful, but I think that with the existence of Pacification Array, double blocking is right. Okay, so double blocking is kind of awkward. If he has a trick, he just gets to kill both of them. What am I doing, actually? That feels so bad. He probably has another... what do I call it? There's another Revolt creature. Oh, no, he has a Wild Wanderer. That is very acceptable. Not quite. He has his Pacification Array. That makes our life really hard. We should have just chumped with the Hawk. Oh, thank God. Alright, we have 9 mana. So, like this, we got a 6. Okay, cool. So it's fine. We can activate this. We can put this on the bird so that he has to tap it. That's fine. Then we can play this. Let's goggles across. He gets to untap, and we still have the mana open to activate Master Trinketeer, which I think is going to be pretty important here. No mana does mean I don't want to. I don't want to move the goggles around anymore. Because activating it twice is pretty major against Pacification Array. Because he can tap this down and then get in with the Wanderer for 3, putting me to 4. Okay, Fabrication Module. It costs 4 to activate, so he can hold up. He can play both. He can use both Pacification Array and Fabrication Module. I still think that I'm. Because he actually can't get in with the World Wanderer, because I am stupid, and I would just make a 2/2 with Master Trinketeer. Well, now we've got 10 mana. That actually does mean we can move the goggles around. He taps the Hawk. We don't swing with anything. I'm okay with that. If he taps the Trinketeer, I'm pretty ecstatic. Sure, buddy. Even something like your Henny's Expertise doesn't bother me that much. Now we're going to spend that energy. Now it's very relevant. If you played Scrapper Champion now, I think the card would actually most likely be used to make energy from the Eddy Trail Hawk. Good old Stormcrow. Good old Stormcrow. Opponent can make this very big, but we can make 2 blockers, so he has to have a removal spell and Pacification Array, and be able to pump this 3 times to kill us. So I don't think that he can kill us, and I think he's dead on the backswing. This game is really cool. This game is really interesting. Very close. I'm sure I made all the right decisions. I think that missing the attack with the Eddy Trail Hawk was pretty bad. Missing the attack with it as a 2-power creature. He'd be at 2 right now, obviously. Probably as dead as he is right now, but God, this card's so good. So many of my wins have been through this card. Ironclad Revolutionary. That looks like an irrelevant card. Can't activate Fabrication Module anymore, can only activate Pacification Array. Yes, I would like to pay 1, please. Just what the doctor ordered. Okay. Go to combat. Taps down my Hawk if he's smart. I swing with everything and he can't block enough. And dies. If I'm my opponent, I actually probably concede at this point because our clocks are so disparate. Taps down a servo. Okay. I'm gonna give my 4/4 flying. And you're gonna die? Is that cool? We saw some artifacts, but not any that we're interested in consulate crackdowning. We did see some big guys who might be interested in pressure pointing. Like Pressure Point might have won us that game a bit earlier. Like enabled us to kind of swing in and kill him. Okay, so no, the one thing we saw that we are interested in consulate crackdowning was the Pacification Array. Which means I am interested in playing Destructive Tampering, another copy. I think I'm going to drop the Aegis Automaton again. The card's very strange. Still not sure if it's any good. Traded for a Subtle Strike there in that game, which, if we're judging cards by the quality of the cards they trade for, then it's pretty good. But I'm not as sold on that card. Okay. Let's round out this 3-0, shall we? Put it on the play. Be happy mulliganing this hand. I guess I've kept hands with worse cards in them. But I think that we can get a better 6. And I think this definitely qualifies. I'm not very interested in another land, especially with a Prophetic Prism and an Implement of Combustion, before I am interested in just anything else almost. Especially with that. So I could play the Implement, but I'm much more interested in playing Shock to kill his 2-drop. If you play an unshockable 2-drop, then we cry, oh Jesus. Oh my god. If you ever wanted to see what dead looks like, this is pretty dead. Play your 3-power creature and kill me with your Chase Mythic. Strength and Honor. Okay, can't kill me with his Chase Mythic just yet, and I get to shock him. There's a lovely Exquisite Archangel. 2 lands away from it, and we have a redraw, so even if we just draw lands, we might be able to pull this game out just by landing an Archangel, which obviously looks pretty good against Heart of Kiran. That does require our opponent to have no removal of any kind, however, which, if we're just playing lands and saying go, is fairly unlikely. Oh, goes and gets a land. Cruises Heart of Kiran. Kills me very dead. Pretty happy I boarded in that second copy of Destructive Tampering. That's the sort of card I'm really very excited to draw at this stage of the game. A mountain? Not as excited to draw. I'm just going to cycle this. I want to find something to do. Batman qualifies, I think. Can't play him, but couldn't have played him anyway, obviously, right? So we are winning the race. We will shortly be losing the race. I've attacked with these on the kind of the hope that our opponent didn't play another 3-power creature. He did. Hit a Midnight Entourage. We have one of those. Not in the deck, but in the pool. Okay, he's going to swing with both. We have to start holding back on defense, even though obviously that's a really, really bad proposition against the Heart of Kiran. It's possible we should just have held back on defense in the first place, but I was kind of playing the gamble. Probably wrong, though. Probably wrong. Alright. Let's, okay, we now have enough lands to cast the Exquisite Archangel, so no more lands, please. If you could. That would be best. We got a 5 land. We are going to die, I think, before we get the Exquisite Archangel on the table. Might. Okay, so this is a 5 this turn. We untap, we play a land. Puts us to 1. We untap, we play a land. We play Exquisite Archangel. So if he does nothing, if he plays literally 0 cards, we have a chance. Ooh, that looks like 0 cards. Please don't subtle strike me, bro. Also, please let me draw one of my 2 really good outs in this situation. That would be great, please. I don't think we're going to do that. I think we're probably going to not draw one of our 2 outs and then die to Heart of Kiran. Turns out, 2 mana, 4/4, Flying Vigilance. Turns out it's pretty good. Stupid Heart of Kiran. Copter would have been better. For him, not for me. Much worse for me. Copter's insane. But, Heart of Kiran was still pretty good. Oh. That might actually be a misplay on his part. Obviously he doesn't know our hand. He doesn't know that he has to, like, kill us before we get our Exquisite Archangel on the table, right? Thank you. Dear God. We still end up having to block something, but then we play the Exquisite Archangel and we're in a reasonable shape. We're kind of trading this guy up for the Archangel. Whew. not immediately and eminently dead. So obviously, both of these cards like generated another card, or will generate another card. I think that taking the Anthem effect off the table is probably going to be the most relevant. If he has another pump spell, then we die, but we were always dead to another pump spell, so... Come on. Come on. If I get to slam this Archangel on 2 life, I'm going to be so happy. Like, he probably just gets to kill the Archangel by killing me. Ooh. Okay. That's pretty good. What did I say about no more lands? But now he has this weird choice, where if he does swing, his mid-end entourage dies again. Draws another card. I'm still going to keep killing the mid-end entourage, even though it draws him cards. I think that is taking this Anthem effect off the table, because there are a lot of incidental Etherborn in black. So I really don't want him playing another Etherborn. Drawing, and like making big creatures. Okay. Okay. Now we're getting somewhere. Let that resolve. Let it resolve. Let it resolve. Let it resolve. Now we're back at 20. We have so much more time to work with, because it's not like he didn't kill us to put us back to 20 and exile our Archangel. Oh man. Okay. We're still not in that bad shape. But he didn't kill us, with 10 power on board. He killed us with 3 power on board. And this pacification array, which is still going to kill us eventually, but we have a lot more outs to draw to, and a lot more time. Although a lot of our best rares and big bombs have been effectively muted this game. But I think that one of the things that has happened is we've made it quite difficult for our opponent to win a game 3, I think, with the clock that they're currently on. So now he can... there's no reason for him not to... I shouldn't have played that land. Should have sandbagged it. We know that he has the implement of Malice, so... Okay. We are eventually just going to die to this Wild Wanderer. Man, if he hadn't had that appetite right then... Okay. Now we're in real danger of just dying. Taps our Quicksmith Rebel. We draw a blank. Didn't tap our Quicksmith Rebel. He taps at the end of turn anyway, right? So I think that we swing and hope to get the 3 damage in. And like, if he blocks, then he blocks. I guess this means he doesn't have to spend the mana, but we were never going to get a block with this, right? He was always going to tap it. We could make him kill us faster. Actually doesn't make a difference. So now what? We can bluff nothing. So he taps it down on our end step anyway. So our out is that he doesn't swing with everything because he skips past his combat step. Sure, okay. We lose this game. Let's have a game 3. It's a real game 3. That was shockingly close for the amount of the power level of the cards that he played. Might almost be interested in hijack. The games are kind of that close. I'm not sure though. Talking about pressure point, I think I just want enough creatures though. I think 10, like 12 is kind of pushing it already. We cut one for destructive tampering, and I think that the deck is fine as is. Its hand is very good if it draws a mountain, so I'm going to keep it. And we have enough plays with these Servo exhibitions. We also have 2 destructive tamperings, which isn't that impressive, but has the potential to be very impressive. As I say, if we draw a mountain, if he goes turn 2 Heart of Kirin and we draw a mountain and just kill it, then he's in this very awkward position. Well, can't draw mountains. Makes me draw a white spell. Obviously, as I said before, one of these is the planes that could have been a mountain if we just listened to Modo's advice. Our hubris, our folly, our terrible misadventures. So High Spiral Infusion is most likely. I don't really see the necessity for blocking. Taking 2 is something I'm very prepared to do. Drew a mountain. Got there. I don't think I'm that interested. We saw a lot of artifacts that matter, and this is not one of them. So I'm not that interested in playing a destructive tampering out, even though obviously it makes use of the mana. I don't think this is a game where I have to use every single point of mana I ever get. It's a game I'm much more interested in saving these for like the important cards that they come down on. Okay, there's quite a few interesting lines here. I think the one I'm most interested in involves Built to Smash, even though it's not the most mana efficient. Maybe I'm not interested in that. Maybe I'm more interested in the Court and the Bright line. I think I am more interested in the Court and the Bright line the more I think about it, just because it means that if we draw a land, we can very easily Master Tricketeer plus Built to Smash, which is very potent as a combination. Obviously, also Court and the Bright is a really good answer to Midnight Entourage. Okay, they all no block, no attack. I like it. Very solid play from our opponent. I mean, I don't know what he's got in hand. It could be great. It could be that that was absolutely the right line. Maybe he was planning on blocking once he had that. Okay, yeah. Okay, so you know how I just said Court and the Bright was a good answer to Midnight Entourage? Kind of is. Kind of is. Kind of isn't. Oh well, he sacked his thing anyway, so we're good. Green Wheel Liberator, not my favourite of your creatures. Probably my least favourite. If you're not, there we go. Yeah, if you're not gonna block with it, you should at least. Okay, we can definitely play Enraged Giant. Pretty happy swinging with it. I think that we're still very much the aggressor here. If he wants to race, which I don't think he does, as evidenced by this block. Enraged Giant was, 2 mana, skip your combat phase, destroy target creature, target opponent takes 1 damage, which in this scenario I'm very happy with. One more land, and we are set, I believe. So you swing with the Narnum Cobra, if you're not planning on blocking with it. I'm interested in what his plans are for this Cobra. I'm not sure I understand. He's unwilling to trade it for a servo, which does kind of make sense. I don't know. It's hard. Okay, that makes sense as well. There we go. That is the answer to all my prayers. That is what I'm waiting for. Obviously, we could also play a Quicksmith Rebel, but I think that this allows us to just be so much more aggressive. Really threaten lethal if he doesn't block everything. Oh wait, no, we don't quite threaten lethal, but we can kill this guy. And keep around 3 servos and put him to 6, 4. Oh yeah, because this one gets through 2. Yeah, because he was at 8. Okay, yeah. We can also have this option of destructive tampering next turn to just win if he doesn't kill our Master Trinketeer. Feels bad. Are we still capable of just winning? We could destructive tampering 2 turns in a row. Our opponent also has 1 minute and 26 seconds to not lose, so we could also just Quicksmith Rebel. That line does lose to a... does it though? I don't think it does. So he could have the appetite for the unnatural here that he had last time. Or any removal spell really, because obviously putting Quicksmith Rebel on a servo is a bit less... Yeah, okay, I figured. The thing is that we still have access to destructive tampering. So we can still... Here's 5, we then have 4 power. I'm assuming he's not blocking with the Narnum Cobra. I'm pretty okay with kind of hoping to... Basically, the more power we have on board with the destructive tampering, the better. Yeah, especially if he's just going to develop his board and then either swing or not swing. It really is all the same to me. That's fine. So now we're in a situation where, unless he has another appetite, he can swing back for 5, 6, 7. So 4 power from him. He has to find 4 damage somehow and somewhere before I kill him next turn by playing another destructive tampering. He could also swing with the Gifted Aetherborn, but obviously that's not very impressive. Ooh, okay. Can no longer kill him because he makes me discard my other destructive tampering. That's not quite what I was expecting. But he also can't swing with anything. Maybe he can. He does only have 25 seconds left on his clock though. Come on, removal spell. Come on, something. Come on, something. Oh god. Okay, I don't think we're likely to lose, but it's a thing that could happen. We now can't swing anymore because of the Aetherborn, and also because we wouldn't get any damage through. Pacification Array is a card. I do think that he just doesn't have enough time or power to kill us. He has exactly enough power to kill us on board, but that doesn't matter. I'm going to win this on time, ladies and gentlemen. Not the cleanest way to win, but wait. It doesn't matter. Doesn't matter where I block or what I block. If he has... Oh, okay, he didn't, and he couldn't. He's just F6'd entirely. Oh, yeah. We win. Really hard to say who would have won that if time hadn't been a factor. Obviously it is, and our opponent wasn't very good at managing theirs, but man, that's really hard. It potentially would have been him, actually. Right, he has his servo, we swing with our Quicksmith Rebel. We're at 3, we play the Salivating Gremlins. He swings, block there and there. He goes to 5. We had draws that won us the game, but this plus this makes it actually really likely he wins if time isn't a factor there. Just more reasons to play fast, guys. Oh well, that was a pretty successful draft. Went 3-0. I'll take it. Thanks for watching.